to my channel. I'm so excited to be here filming for you guys again. It has been a minute, okay? But I'm back, and if you're new here, welcome to my beauty space. And I hope you will like this video and subscribe before you leave. That helps me out so much. And so today's video, we are going to do a little makeup. And it has been a while since I filmed any kind of tutorial, so today we're going to film a makeup tutorial, and we're going to use this beautiful palette right here. And I've only used this like once so far, and I'm really excited to use it again, and I really love it. So it's an amazing palette, blends beautifully. So that's the palette we're going to be using today. Everything else is just kind of my staple products, ones that I love, ones that I know work really well for me. So if you want to see what makeup look we create today, please keep on watching. So first I'm going to go in and spritz my face with some Smashbox primer water. This is one of my favorites to just kind of hydrate the face. It does a really great job at just keeping it nice and plump and hydrated. So we're going to go ahead and spritz that all over. Now that our face is nice and hydrated, I'm going to go in with the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer. This is also one of my favorites, staple go-to products. I only use a little bit, and I really just kind of concentrate it right where my pores are. Okay, so we're going to let that sink in a minute, and then we're going to go in with our foundation, which is going to be the S.H.A.R.E.S Double Wear. This is one of my staples. I know it works really well with my oily skin. I have large pores. I have all of that. This works really well to stay all day with no interruptions. So we're going to go in with that. I may end up adding a few drops of the Cover FX custom cover drops. These are just in a deep shade, which is N50, so I can add this to any of my foundations to deepen it some. I do self-tan, so my color is always changing, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I'll go in my beauty blender. Okay, now that that is all blended, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium to conceal and highlight. And I'm going to be trying out this new little Real Techniques sponge. It's one of the little mini ones. I think the bigger question is it worth it to use a whole separate sponge? Like, I usually just use my beauty blender or whatever sponge I'm using to do both. Never had an issue. If you really want to be that extra, you could give it a try. Now we're going to go in with the Too Faced Sweet Peach Powder. This is by their Peach Perfect line. This is the mattifying loose setting powder. So I try to put just enough as what I need. I smooth out any lines that may have already creased. And I set my entire like T-zone. So I set my nose really well, because that is where I get the most oily. So, not sure how I feel about that yet. I am gonna set it with the same setting powder just to make sure that nothing creases, although I don't think this would. It's very sticky. But it is a color correcting one, so if you do have discoloration on your lid, redness or veins or anything like that, it will color correct it for you, which is awesome. We're all nice and set. We are going to go in to eyeshadow now with the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to go in firstly with this Moda Pro brush. It just says their crease brush. And I'm going to go in with Burnt Orange, which is this color right here. And I'm just putting this as a transition, so just all over my crease. But these shadows blend really beautifully. They have great pigmentation. They do have quite a bit of fallout, at least in the pan, not so much on your face, as long as you kind of tap off the excess. But they blend out really beautifully. They're a great formulation. You just have to be gentle with them. Okay, so we have our transition laid down. I am next going to go in, I think we're just going to go in with this one. I really want to. It's so pretty. Oh, maybe we'll go in with this one first. So I'm going to go into Realger. That's how you say that one. It's like a really pretty burnt orange, even though that one's called burnt orange. This one's like a deeper burnt orange. So we're going to put this one a little bit lower just to give us that warmth above where we're going to put our next color. So as you can see, it just warmed it up really nicely. And this, by the way, is an It Cosmetics All Over Shadow and Crease Brush. These are really nice brushes. It Cosmetics has some of like the softest brushes. So I'm keeping this mostly on the outer third of the eye and gently blending it inwards when there's next to no product on my brush. So you get that light wash of color in through here, but most of the pigment is right on the outer edge. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with Venetian Red, which is this one right here. I'm gonna use that same brush because I want it to be a little more concentrated. We're gonna put it right on this outer edge. Any eye look that you do, especially dramatic ones, you wanna start with less and build, so you can always get the right pigmentation that you're looking for, so you don't go too fast, too hard, too fast. You can get too much pigment on your brush and then bam, it's on your eye, and sometimes it can be harder to blend out. So you always want to start with less and gradually work up to more. It's funny, all I'm doing after this is going to the batting cages to practice, but it doesn't hurt to have some makeup on. Okay, I'm going to take the other end, which is clean, and just kind of go over it to make sure there's no harsh lines and blend everything out nice. Okay, so I think that's kind of how I want the outer corners. I might add a brown to the outer edge, not sure yet. But I think I'm even going to keep the inside a classic cream. So I'm going to go into Tempera, which is this classic-y cream matte shadow on the inner. And just put that just in my finger. Okay, so now we're going to go into the lower lash line, and I'm going to use that same palette, and we're going to go into that transition color we first started with, which is the burnt orange. And then I'm going to go into that Venetian Red. And this is an It Cosmetics Smudger Liner Brush. Okay, then I'm going to go into this Vermeer shade, which is like this icy pink color. And I'm going to go into just a smaller detailing brush to put that right on my inner corner. Just like that, just brightens it up a little bit. I'm also going to take a teeny tiny bit of that and put it on my brow bone. The Cypress Umber, which is this really deep brown, just on a smaller brush, and just put like a touch of it right on this outer corner. Just like that, and then we'll blend it out a little bit. And then because we put it there, I'm going to put a touch right on my lower lash line. And we're good. Okay, so let's get the brows done, because Lord knows your face doesn't look the same until you have your brows done. So I'm going in with the NYX Micro Brow in Chocolate. This is a brand new one because I ran out, so it feels good to open up new products. So I'm going to do my brows, liner, and lashes off camera, and I will be back. Okay, lashes, liner, and brows are done. So now we're going to go on to finish the face, and I am going to be going in with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This is one of my favorite palettes to bronze, contour, and brighten up the face a little bit. As you can see, I have hit pan, so that's how you know it's good. And this is just a random drugstore brush that I got like years ago. It's literally come apart so many times. I've had to glue it, but it's really one of my favorite bronzing brushes. I'm gonna take this little like concealer-ish brush. I think it's, these are one of the new Real Techniques brushes. I'm gonna go into the lighter shade right here. And just go down the sides of my nose a little bit. See if we can't slim it down some. Okay. I'm gonna do the same under my chin. Another Real Techniques brush, which is this one right here. This is their sculpting. I think it's their, this one's just called their large, or I'm sorry, their sculpting brush, but I also have a smaller one that's like a little mini version. I'm gonna go into the deepest shade, just a touch. We're gonna contour a little bit. And then I'm gonna take a touch of this middle yellow powder and put it right under my eyes, just to brighten it a touch more. Okay, so now we're gonna go into highlighting and blush. For blush, I'm gonna use this blush kit by Anastasia. I love this blush kit. The packaging explains it all. It's warm tones, which is what I tend to gravitate towards. These are the 4 shades. I love Coastal, which is this peachier one right here, the most, but these 3 are probably ones that I would generally use, but we're gonna go in with this one today. I'm gonna go in with this aesthetic brush, Aesthetica. It's their P12 brush, so we're just gonna use this one. And they're like super pigmented, so that's great too. So I like to go in with like a fluffier brush because it's not so concentrated and it won't deposit quite as much pigment. So if you do go in with too heavy of a hand, it won't be as hard to blend it out. Then we're gonna go in and highlight with Ofra. This is their Highlight and Rodeo Drive. This is my all-time favorite highlight. If you guys have been following me for any amount of time, you probably already know that. Okay, so I think I really want to go in with this. Okay, so I'm going to line my lips with this Stila Stay All Day Lip Liner Crayon. Okay, we're going to go in with this Anastasia Lippy in the shade Rio. This thing is so bright, you guys. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. The Anastasia Lippies are so comfortable to wear, you guys. They dry down completely, but they're not drying to your lips, and they're just so velvety and nice. I love them. So I'm so excited I got this. This is gonna be a perfect summer shade for me for that day that you want to wear like a red, but you don't want to wear red because it's summer. I got you. Anastasia Beverly Hills Rio. So that is it, you guys. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe before you leave and be a part of our beauty family here on YouTube. Skedaddle for today, but I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much, and thank you all for watching.